Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about how to feel safe in a relationship. We're going to first talk about the attachment styles, because that's the main reason why some people are anxious or avoidant, and that's what mess up some relationship and make people insecure and worried and all that kind of stuff. There's three types of attachment. So first one is the fearful avoidant attachment style. Second one is the anxious. The anxious one and the avoidant, they both share the same wounds. I'm going to go more into details in a minute. And then the third one is the secure attachment. So secure attachment is the goal here, obviously. Secure is when you're in balance with all your emotions, you know how to balance them, and your self-worth is high enough, you know your worth, you're healthy, and the other person in your life adds up to your life. You don't need them, so it becomes a healthy relationship. So the goal is to be secure. But most people either have the avoidant attachment type or the anxious. And most of those wounds happen in your childhood, obviously. So what can we do to heal the avoidant or the anxious types? Avoidant and anxious, they both share the same wounds. And those wounds come from the fear of abandonment. So let's say in the past, maybe somebody abandoned you that you really cared for. It could be a parent, it could be a really close friend, it could be a family member, whatever it is. So how to deal with it? Okay, so for the avoidant, they shut off their emotion. They shut it down. They don't want to feel anything. They don't let people close to them. And of course they still crave the connection, but they don't think they're strong enough, or they don't want to feel like take the risk to like feel for somebody and then that person leave them. So their way of coping is to shut off their emotions and just not take the risk to feel towards somebody. And for the anxious, which is like on the other side of the coin, they both, like we said, they both share the same wound, but one is on like extreme left, the other one is on the extreme right. So the anxious deals the complete opposite. The anxious love too fast, cares too much, and then is terrified every second, is worried that the other person leaves them. And that's why it becomes like a very toxic relationship. People who are anxious, they just like need reassurance all the time. They're just like always in a fearful state. So what to do? So what to do to heal those attachment style? So for both, it's the same method. For both, they need to be around safe people. So by safe people, I mean people that can communicate with them and make them feel worthy and just like reassure them. And even for the avoidant, even though the avoidant is shutting down their emotions, but like on a subconscious level, they always need reassurance in order to be able to trust again. So the best people to date are the secure people. So for an avoidant to be with a secure, it's really good, and the same for an anxious. But I'm not saying that anxious and avoidant cannot date, but they need to work together. They need to really focus on communicating and be there for each other. And the anxious will have a hard time with the avoidant because the avoidant will be like shutting them off a lot and like will appear cold to them. But if they're able to communicate, I think it can definitely work. For the avoidant, he will have problem because sometimes he could feel like smothered by the anxious. But if they're able to communicate, and if the anxious can trust them enough to like give them their space and be there whenever they need reassurance or affection, then 100% can work. And for the anxious person, they need to work more on their self-worth. They need to be able to feel good enough, and even if somebody leaves their life that they love, they should always feel like it's not their fault. Like when somebody chooses to leave you, it's 90% of the time, it's never your fault. So you just need to own this fact, be okay with still giving love, but not expect too much, and also be able to be okay on your own. So for an anxious person, they don't have a problem to love people. They just are so scared to lose them. So you need to focus on that fear to be okay with losing the people you love. If you give love from a good point, like let's say if you're able to give love from a pure part, let's say, like pure love, you never expect anything back. So that's what you need to focus on. When you attach yourself to somebody, then you expect things back. But if you're able to love, just love and be okay with yourself and be happy and give love, then you don't really expect anything back, and then you're happy. So you need to work on your attachment, the way you attach yourself to somebody and the things you expect back from them. Everybody expects to be loved, which is totally fine, but you need to want it more than you need it. The need has to come from yourself. So for an avoidant, the key here is to focus on patience and trust. For an avoidant to be able to open up, it's going to take time. And then this is the way to heal an avoidant attachment style. For an anxious person, it takes reassurance and it takes consistency. That's the major 2 points to heal an anxious attachment style. So in conclusion, for both attachment styles, you need to work on your self-worth. You need to work on your trust, the people you trust, the safe people around you. Your surroundings is very important. And you need to be okay with being on your own. Do not forget that no matter what your attachment style is, you are still amazing. No matter how your past was, no matter how many toxic traits you had in the past, everybody needs healing. Everybody gets better with time. And that's why we're all here, to get better, to improve ourselves. So don't forget, your self-worth is always high. Everybody's unique in their own way and everybody's great. Nobody's better than the other. Everybody has their unique quality, and as long as you own them, then you'll be happy. And that is all for today. I hope it helped you, and hopefully everybody heal from whatever they're hurting, and I hope for you all to be in healthy relationships. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment if you have any questions, and see you in the next video.